is what you got for me.
Durag Diaries, yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to North Divide, your go-to show for some Tottenham and Arsenal war, hosted by your boy Jords, co-joined by the man himself, Mr. 10K, Mr. Famous, man at Hooks. What are you saying, bro?
Mr. Normal Brother Hooks. That's fine. We can just do that, Mr. Normal Brother Hooks. We don't need no Mazzoline titles.
Your mic's connected real quick because it sounds like there's bare feedback.
Oh,
or your computer.
Is it still moving mad?
No. It's not mad, but it just don't sound the same as usual unless you got a new mic.
No.
No, it's better now. It's better now.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Just you know, Mr. Normal Brother Hooks is fine. You know, don't need all of that Mazzoline stuff. You get me? Just a humble brother from humble beginnings out here trying to make a name for myself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But how are you though? Because like I see you're not as responsive on Twitter at the moment because yeah. So
I'm actually very responsive, but my tweets, you know what it is? As of recently, I've just muted notifications from Twitter because you know what it's like. Every now and then you tweet something, then you've got fucking 50 replies, and I just tired of my phone blowing up with replies.
I don't know about all that because I'm not famous. My phone don't do that stuff. So
again, I'm not famous because I've got a couple people replying to my tweets. Don't imply that I'm famous. It just means people want to reply to what I say. So I've actually turned off my notifications, so I have to go on the app to actually see what anyone has said. So yeah, no, I'm not as active on Twitter. You are right, but I still tweet. I do my stuff. I tweet and then I leave the app. I'll go there to say what I want to say, and then I dip out. Innit? One of them ones. What they say, protect your peace. I've been protecting my peace.
I hear it.
Yeah, man. Why did you have something you wanted to address, or was there anything in particular?
No. Hey, I'll let you do your. You probably got a lot of things planned for this show. I'll just let you run your thing, bro.
That's a lot of things planned. All right. Well, what I'll do is just normal stuff. Make sure people, as you are coming into the show, make sure you are subscribing to not just me, but to the boy Hooks. Link is in the title, but also in the description. We are close to 4.6k. It's like last 20 or so. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Take your shoes off and smash the damn like button. Don't take a second. It don't cost you nothing. And then, yeah, man, look, we'll start it off where I think everybody wants to start. Spurs lose. Big loss. And it's not even just in the way of the result, but more in the way of the performance and the way it got carried out. It was a huge defeat to Chelsea. An absolute dreadful performance. Awful from the team. One of the worst home performances I've seen in a long while. Seeing quite a few people come into Saeed's chat and mention there's a few people missing from training. I'll fact check some of that in the background.
Yeah, I heard Kudus is out.
I've seen a few people ain't at training. I don't, and that's the thing. I think a lot of people go early. They see players in training and they're like, this player's out. I can't confirm or deny. Again, I've been on stream for the last couple hours, so I'll check. But from my understanding, I don't know.
Wait a minute.
Disciplinaries, or maybe there's something else going on. But I was gonna bring it to you, Hooks. You ask your question, then I'll bring it to you, guys.
No, just quickly, because unless you've changed it this season, but I thought you only wear durags when you win.
Today's not the day that we played, so I don't. That applies for the day of the game.
Oh, okay.
And plus, I'll be real, man's just ain't got a durag on because what's underneath the durag is a bit mad, bro. That's the bluntness of it right now. I need a trim. I've been needing a trim for weeks. I ain't got a trim, so right now the durag's on regardless, and whether I want it to or not.
I hear it.
But like Hooks, I'm sure you watched the game Saturday Night Football straight after your game. You probably missed the start of it though, because I know you do your reaction stream. So I don't know if you was watching it.
I didn't. I had a mad weekend. I didn't.
Oh shit! Of course, no, you didn't. You was out, of course.
I look mash in it, but I was thinking
your eyes look red. Yeah, your eyes look red. Like you look mad fried or something. Yeah. I know you're not, but that's how it's looking.
Strange.
So you probably didn't watch the full game, so you may not have the context of how it actually.
No, I did. I watched. No, I did. Yeah, I watched the whole game.
Like, what were your thoughts on the game? Then?
Missing a few, obviously missing like a few bits, and because obviously I'm not fully focused on it. But I did watch the full 90 minutes, and to me, it just felt like I don't know, you guys were like bare standoffish at your own ground. It just felt, I don't know, it felt bare weird. Like, it felt like Chelsea was the home team. Like, you man's press wasn't really levels. You man was struggling a lot with their man-to-man press. You were struggling to build up. You were struggling to string things together. Like, honestly, the scoreline could have been much higher. So I guess you have to big up like the defensive side of your game. But the one thing, and I don't know, maybe I'm going mad, and maybe you can let me know, yeah. But to me, it just looked like Kudus was a bit lazy in that game. Like, it looked like he didn't really want to run for the team. Like, I don't know, like, to me, it felt like he was making your press very disjointed, and whenever Cucurella was on the ball, mad space. Whenever that left centre mid had the ball, mad space. He wasn't really charging towards them. Like, I don't know, it felt like, and maybe I'm wrong, but it felt like because Cucurella was just handling him with the maddest of ease, that he just couldn't be asked. And truth be told, it felt like that for a lot of your players. It felt like a lot of your players just couldn't be asked. It felt like you guys weren't ready for how intense the game turned out to be. And that's worrying, because to me, that's not a manager issue. You can't look at the manager for that. Like, it doesn't matter who the manager is. This is Tottenham versus Spurs at your ground. Like, you shouldn't need tactics or manner. Or the one thing that you show at the bare minimum is heart. So now you got to start wondering what's going to happen when you play Arsenal. Because if you like that against Chelsea, you might get shaken up for the Arsenal game as well.
Well, I will agree. Before I do, I just want to say big up Saeed for the raid every single time. Make sure you guys smash the likes as you come over from Saeed's channel. Hold that Spurs. Yeah, we do need to hold that. I SLD this. Take that picture off, bro. That's criminal. You might even have to get time out for that. That's wild. I look like I'm about to cry there, bro. I ain't happy with that fucking picture. Man, looks like I'm about to cry. But no, I will agree with the sentiment. I can't lie. Your evaluation on games pretty much where I was. Like, I was fuming at the fact of, and I know some people go Thomas Frank. I don't think I had to look at Thomas Frank for that. Even after reflection, I look at the players. Nobody wanted it.
Yeah.
The desire, the passion, nothing was there. It's like, see, for me, I looked and I was like, Chelsea looked like they rattled our players within 10 minutes. These men are just flying around the pitch. They're tackling. They're fouling for no reason. They're just doing stupidness, getting into some of these like heated back and forths. We're seeing obviously what happened with Spence running up in a man's face, and obviously had man shook. And
that was a bad man thing.
It was a bad man thing. Don't worry, I rate it, but at the same time, you're rattled. Like, you can tell, man is rattled, bro. And it's the fact that we're losing. And obviously, Spence's actions at the end of the game does also suggest he's even more rattled, because now he's ignoring the manager. And that's not something that can be running. Like, as much as I defended the actions and saying, look, players are allowed to have emotions, and I believe in play. Like, I'm all about player power. I think players are allowed to have emotions, and there's going to be times where players do things that aren't necessarily right, but we don't need to make a massive deal of it, because it's just something that happens in a moment. We all at times have had a moment at work where you might get a little bit angry and just walk out and just be like, fuck off, brother, fuck everything. Like, it is what it is. You have your moment, you come back, and you're fine. Now, Spence probably does need to apologize to Frank and Van de Ven, and there must need to be something that happens.
That's the bigger problem, though. The biggest problem with that whole scenario is not even Spence, is Van de Ven. Van de Ven's the captain. Like, I can understand. A vice captain. Yeah. Or vice captain. I can understand like Spence, hothead, but I can understand him doing that. But Van de Ven, your vice captain, ignoring the manager, that's crazy. And the look that Frank gave them,
wow,
yeah.
Wild. And I look at it and I'm just like, bro, I don't know what's going on. Do you know what it is? I just think that in the moment I get it, when I look at it in reflection, I'm like, it doesn't look good. PR-wise, doesn't look good for the club, doesn't look good for Frank, doesn't look good for the players.
Are not great.
The optics aren't great. It could just be something as small as He told them to go clap the fans. The fans are booing. They were like, fuck off, bro. I ain't clapping these man right now. They booed, man. Plus, let's have it right. They're the two players at fault for the goal. They could just be mad angry at themselves. They could be fuming that they caused the goals and they're just like, get me out of this place. I'm mad. I played shit. And it could be one of that. So I ain't going to look too much into it. But just to go back to the game itself, you're right, man. Like, I just looked and I was like, bro, Spurs turn up against Arsenal, against Man United. We can't expect anything. This is where I was worried. And that's the only bit where I look at Frank was like, they played at this in the first half. In the second half, I expect a reaction. There was no fucking reaction. You want that one bit that at least if you have a bad half, your team will go into the half time and the manager's going to berate them. They're going to get shook off the manager and they're going to go out and play like their life's on the line or like their career. That's what you expect. We didn't have no reaction from half time. Players still look rattled. And Chelsea were just better than us in every... I don't even think... let me ask you, did you actually think Chelsea were that good? I just looked at it, I thought Tottenham was so bad. We gave it to them. Like, we didn't
I think Chelsea were excellent. Personally. Like, you can always, it's like that. It's always like it's like the chicken and the egg argument, isn't it? When it comes to when a team plays good and a team plays like, what is it? Is it because Tottenham played bad or is it because Chelsea played really good? You'll never really know, innit? But the one thing that I think that Chelsea did amazingly, was their man-to-man press. Their man-to-man press was insane.
It was their man-to-man press
on you lot was great. Their off the ball was mental. Like, I won't go as far to like their on the ball stuff. It wasn't amazing, but they did what they needed to do to get the job done. And I'll be real, like Chelsea being 1-0 up against Spurs at Spurs' ground, the onus isn't on Chelsea to get more goals. The onus is on Spurs to change the fortunes. And Chelsea just made it difficult. I won't lie, Caicedo batted up your whole midfield.
I'll be real. I knew that was going to happen with Caicedo. That's one thing I foresaw in the game. I was like, you know what? I just see Caicedo. Like, as much as I rate Paulinho, he's better than Paulinho defense. Like, Paulinho's crazy good defensively, but Caicedo's better than him defensively. Going forward, he's better than him. He's just he's just levels above what we have in our midfield at this moment. And I felt like their performance centered around everything Caicedo done.
Yeah, but the Caicedo thing is like, it's understandable in it because it's Caicedo. The thing I'd be more worried about is how the hell was you allowing Enzo to pick up so much space? It's all the times allowing him picking up so much space. I'm like, raw. You man really don't care about Enzo being in the pockets and making things happen. Like, I don't know how Danso is getting weighted by João Pedro, but then that's another problem.
Bro, that was the time when I was like, game off the pitch. And Frank done it as well. I'm so glad Frank reacted and said, yeah, sub time. Because he was having a bad game as it was. On the ball, he was slowing the progression down. Every time he got on, he sort of turning, then going back to the goalkeeper. And he didn't help. I think that's one of the problems we had is Romero is usually one of our best progressive passers, and that is a slight on our team. The fact that your centre-back's one of your best forward passers is mad already. But not having Romero in there and then having Danso just made us even more negative, and it just felt like the team started to breed that negativity going forward, and everyone did. Like you mentioned Kudus. I thought Kudus struggled against Cucurella. Cucurella just had him wrapped up in the 1v1. But there was even times when you're seeing Kudus thought, all right, let me get away from the wing, let me come inside. Cucurella followed him, bro. Cucurella didn't let him go. No, it was the man-to-man press that killed us. It's the man-to-man marking. And Chelsea were just winning their man-to-man battles. Kolo Muani didn't win any of the aerial duels like that. I think he won a couple, but didn't lead to anything because Chalobah and Fofana were just...
I forgot he was even on the pitch. Bro,
yeah, every time the ball went forward, Chalobah won the header. And I don't rate Chalobah, but he was good. That's what it was. I thought like Chelsea just had...
Fofana had a very good game.
Fofana had a good game. Chalobah had a good game. Sanchez, we all don't rate Sanchez, but he collected every every set piece he collected. Like, they just done enough defensively. So when I say they weren't that good, it's because I look at everyone in that forward three and say neither of them were good. João Pedro was all right, but let's have it right, from a striker's performance to have as many chances he did and only score one of them. It's a poor striker's performance, but he got a goal that led to the win. Cool. He can take away that. But it's a poor striker's performance.
They actually like, I'd be very worried at like the amount of chances they limited you to having at your ground
We didn't,
is
but no, you know it is though, Hooks, and that's why I'm slighting their performance more, because this has been a consistency for Spurs at our ground this season, isn't it? If you look at the Bournemouth game, you look at the Wolves game, they're the two games that stick out to my head in particular, because Bournemouth, we were awful. We had our first shot on target in like the 60th minute, one shot on target, or like 2 or 3 the whole game. Very similar to the Chelsea game. We were awful, couldn't play through the press, one shot on target, 0.1 XG the whole game. And then Wolves, same thing. We were just so bad. It was a snatch and grab right at the end. Now,
why do you think that's happening? Because I mean, like Frank, he's known for like his kind of transitional play, but he's known for like attacking. Like he's known for like chances being created, like and whether it was Tony and Mbumo or Visser and Mboum, there was always something happening. So Damsgaard,
I feel like it's the quality, innit? I feel like at the moment, and the thing is, what people fail to acknowledge is obviously with that teams he had, he came with them through the championship, and Bremo was at his team for like 4 years before he came, and Buemo. Yeah. Visser was at his team for like 4 years before he came. Visser, and then Tony had a couple years to actually build up that type of play he was. So I do think that there's an aspect of it's too soon. Like people are asking for too much too soon. Yeah. They want Kudus to be bagging goals already when Kudus hasn't been a natural goal scorer his whole career. If Frank is going to bring that out of his game and make him a 10-goal a season player, he's going to need time to make that happen. It's not going to happen instantly. And it's also not going to happen when no other players are being as dangerous as he is in the attack. It's very easy to read Tottenham's attacking patterns. Get the ball to Kudus, shut down Kudus, you shut down the attack. But yeah, it's a problem, and I do think, obviously, I think I saw a stat today, 4 through balls we've had all season. That's a Frank issue. That's a system problem. That's a player issue. Our players aren't playing enough through balls, and they're not playing through the lines enough to create dangerous situations for us in the attack. So I do think we need to change the players. There needs to be a rotation. I think the 3 games we pointed out, the Wolves, the Chelsea, and the Bournemouth game, it's that Rodrigo Bentancur Paulinho pivot. It's just not working. As much as it helps us be strong defensively going forward, it takes away from our attacking play too much. So he needs to find a solution. But as it is, new manager, with a team that he's still working out. I think the attacking bit is one bit where he's getting seriously wrong and it needs to figure it out. But away from that, defensively, we don't look that bad. We conceded 1 goal. We should have conceded more, but we only conceded 1, which is good enough to say, do you know what, Vicario's doing his job at the back. But yeah, no. There are some struggles, and let's have it right, man. It's tough right now. Like it's tough to watch our games and think that it's gonna flip around. It's gonna like the switch is just gonna click in their head, and it's all gonna come together. We got Arsenal in 3 weeks, and I'm looking ahead to that game and say, bro, I need a good performance in that. Straight after that game, we got PSG. Then we got Fulham. Then we got Newcastle. Like it's not easy. It's no easy games now over the next month. So. Big performances needed.
There's no easy games in the Prem. I think people disrespect the Prem too much. I think what people do is they look at the table and they go, "Oh, this team is 17th. They're going to be easy to beat." There's no easy games in the Prem, man. There's really not. That's just the point that it's come to. Every game is difficult, man. Well, every game is like there's a potentiality for anything to happen in it. Like obviously, you can have your expectations of cool. I'm playing, for example. Like I'm playing, I don't know, Burnley at home. So really and truly, I should be winning that game because I'm Tottenham, but it's still a hard game.
Yeah, no.
I mean, we made it look easy, but that's how we play. Like, do you know what I mean? We play that, like the way we play.
We made Burnley look easy as well. I'm just saying we didn't make them look easy.
Did you play them home or away?
Home.
Well, I went Turf Moor, so it's a bit different, but I hear it.
No, I mean, I hear it, innit? Like, obviously, it's Burnley. I think everyone's expected to make them look easy, but we'll talk about your game a bit, very shortly, and we'll get on some of the performances. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot to say about a certain striker scoring a goal and having a good game. But before we do, there was a comment that came in here. Love United 8 Ops talking about, and that's what I was going to get onto, is no sign of Lucas Bergvall, Jed Spence at Tottenham's training today so far. Thomas Frank, and obviously Lucas Bergvall is out as per concussion protocol, so he's not going to be playing. As people don't know, concussion protocol, when you get subbed off for concussion or suspected concussion, you have to be sidelines for 10 days. So he won't be playing for 10 days. Now, I'm not too sure how that impacts training. I'd suggest that he's probably going to have a few days of training within that time. and we have international break, so he'll probably come back in the international break a little bit earlier than some of the other players.
What games will he actually miss for you now? Then
he'll be back for the Arsenal game. It's just the Copenhagen and Man United game, isn't it? Because it's international break after that. So yeah, it's only the 2 games this week.
There's only 2 more games left in it before international break, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just this week, literally. At the end of the week, no more internationals. But yeah, man, like the Kudu stuff that he's not at the training ground. I'll be honest, people, I don't have a clue what this is. I can only suggest that it might be a rest for some of these players. Jed Spence might have been a discipline. It might have been a discipline for what happened on the pitch. I guess we'll find out. Thomas Frank will probably mention it in his pre-match presser for the Champions League game tomorrow, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, people, so I can't really give you any answers. But let's just let's see how that one plays out. But let's move on. Look, Tottenham lost, in it. We weren't good enough. Drop points at home against Chelsea, which just isn't acceptable. But we move, innit? We've got a big game this weekend. Man United. We'll talk about a little bit. We'll do a little bit of preview of that later on, because obviously there's another big game that could impact Arsenal's title race. So before we get into that, obviously Arsenal 2-0, comfortable win. Gyökeres, good performance. I'd say good performance from what I saw. I didn't watch the full game, but from what I saw, little bits and pieces, he looked a little bit more involved. Chat to us. Was you happy with the performance? And
he's just doing all the same things that he does every game. It's just that he scored. This is literally what I've been saying. Like, literally all the things that he did in the Burnley game, he's done in all the other games. It's just that he scored the goal, bro. That's all it is. And people are it's like magic now. He scored the goal. He had a great performance. But I'm like, bro, he's been doing this in every single game. So yeah, maybe it's just maybe he's getting more and more attuned. You know, another assist from Gabriel, another set piece goal. Another game where we don't only score a set piece goal, because we scored from open play as well. Nobody's measuring, you know, how many open play goals we're scoring. Nobody's measuring, you know, our ability to score open play goals and others' ability not to score them, and how that's impacting them. And none of that's coming through. But it's just like, hot set piece again. Do you know what? I wish that we win this league scoring nothing but set piece goals. I don't think we're scoring enough. I think we need to score more. We need to score more from corners. I want to see more goals from corners. How about that? Do you know what? Add in some long throws. I don't think I've seen us score too many of those. Do you know? I'm actually really disappointed at the lack of set piece goals that we're getting. We should have at least minimum 2 each game.
One thing I'll give is Gabriel's just a monster on set pieces, and I'm starting to look at it the other way. And I'm not going to slight Arsenal anymore. I'm not, because ultimately you guys keep scoring them, and until you stop scoring them, then it's sustainable, isn't it? Like until you go to 5, if you go 5 games without scoring them, then I'm going to be right in saying it wasn't sustainable. But until then, I can't sit here and complain about it. I'm starting to look at defensive teams and start to say why they're not doing good enough to stop Arsenal from scoring them, because I can't see how your tactic hasn't been figured out. And I know you've got a few different tactics, but the main one is crowd the back post, everyone scatters, runs, but the main ball is get that ball to the sort of the corner of the 6-yard box, the back 6-yard box, where Gabriel and your biggest players are going to operate, and the ball's either going to go into the goal or back across goal for someone else to header. I'm looking at defensive teams and saying, you guys need to figure that out. You guys need to stop that. For when I play you, I'm looking at Romero and Van der Ven and saying, handle Gabriel. If I was a centre back, I know what it's like.
You can't do that.
I'm telling myself, no, I know you can't. I know it's a lot easier to say than do. So I'm not putting it out there like that, but I'm saying that's your job, is to stop Gabriel today. I don't know, dark arts. I don't know if you have to pull a man shorts, you have to step on his foot, you have to do something. That's not a foul, but you're gonna have to get into that dark arts bag, because he's too dangerous, and there's nobody that can stop him right now.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, Gabriel is super cold in the air, but he's only super cold in the air more time because hardly anyone especially in our box, which I find crazy. No one, even if you see the second goal, it came from 2 long throws that was put into our box. Nobody was on Gabriel. He was the free man, and he just won the ball both times. And the second time, it led to the transition to the goal. But by the way, a lot of men telling me that Gyökeres isn't techie. The vision, the execution of that pass to Trossard, mental. but it's cool.
It was a good pass.
It
was. But that doesn't mean, let's have it right. It doesn't mean he's techie because he
not in his locker though. Man, he's not techie.
Wait. To say
he plays in Timbs and
jeans,
jeans. Plays in Timbs and jeans. I hear it. But
remember they said Lukaku played in Timbs and jeans.
Can you do that in Timbs? Can you play that pass in Timbs? I don't think you can play that kind of pass.
I mean, like Jay Spurs says, I don't get paid all sorts of quids to be playing football. I don't, for a reason, because I can't do that pass. But Gyökeres gets paid.
I'm just
playing up top for the best team in the Premier League, so he should have some technical ability.
I'm just saying. I don't think you can execute that pass in Timbs. That's all I'm saying, innit? So, looking at Gabriel, yeah. So, why I think it's really hard for teams to deal with what Arsenal do from corners. So when we're attacking corners, is we leave a lot of players at the back. We do it from when we whip in free kicks as well. We leave a lot of players at the back, yeah. So, but obviously, you need to hold your defensive line, or you need to mark your zones in it from the corner in it. Yeah. So now, I think it's very natural that from the corner of your eye, when you're seeing players run in front of you, is to follow them. And I feel that that's what is creating space.
It's the chaos that you guys create. It's all the movement. There's like 7 players moving left, right, running to the front, they're running out to the edge.
Behind the keeper. And that's why I think it's hard for like teams to pick up specific players, not just Gabriel, but specific players. Because when you're seeing so much activity just from the corner of your eye, you got to move. You're not even thinking about who it is. You're thinking, "Raw, who's that?" And then you're just like. So, I don't know why other players don't. I don't know why other teams don't do that. I honestly don't know why other teams don't do that. Like, to me, it's like at this point, it seems a bit. It's a bit obvious now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Bit obvious, or maybe it's inevitable, but it's a bit obvious. Like, I think a lot of it does come down to as well, like the Declan Rice is mental from dead ball delivery. Like, I think that is a lot.
He is. I can't lie. Declan Rice is. It's not even just dead ball. I was gonna say not just corners, but no, you said the right thing. Dead ball deliveries. Yeah. He's got that tech, like, you know what it is? He got that Essex boy tech, bro. Man grew up, man knew these guys. Yeah. He just got that white man tech where they just get stuck into everything, but they also technically are just cold. Every time they lace their foot, it's just in there. And I remember when people used to watch him for West Ham, he's got no technical ability, but I think I'm pretty sure when he joined you, man, there was like a video he done like a free kick video with someone. It was like Pro Direct or done a YouTube video. Yeah. And he started to show, and people were like, "Rah, technically Declan Rice is different." And he started to show at Arsenal, like, his ability just on the ball and to get the goal as well. You know, he's adding that side of his game. He's pushed. Obviously, I think having Zubimendi allows him to push forward so much, and Zubimendi's cold.
Arteta's transformed him.
Yes.
What we're seeing from Declan Rice now is something that I firmly believe he always had in his locker, but Arteta just saw that and brought it out, because it wasn't getting brought out at West Ham, because at West Ham he was always playing the deepest role. At West Ham he was always like, you're the sweeper, like, you have to defend, like, that's just how. And now he's even being used similarly at England, like Thomas Tuchel has obviously seen, you see what Arteta's doing with Rice at Arsenal, it's mental. Because the thing is as well, because you remember like when he first came in, like, and Arteta started from game to game would use him as an 8. There was always that debate of like, is Declan Rice a 6? Is Declan Rice an 8? Yada 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 yada. One of the reasons why I personally always thought that the 8 would work out really well for him is because this brother, if this was FIFA, his stamina would be 99, bro. Like, this brother is a workhorse, bro. So when you dash him in the 8, he does that box to box with ease, bro. And it doesn't even matter about the minute. It could be the 85th minute. In the game against Burnley, I think they was attacking down the right, which led to the free kick for that Marcus Edwards took at the end of the game. But he was breezing back like it was minute 1 of the game. He's a horse, bro. He's actually a horse, bro. Like, and it's so and
he runs like a horse, bro. He's so big,
it's crazy. And what he brings to Arsenal is so underrated. And I feel like because you don't always see it, and I must admit he's improving on the half turn as well, and turning and starting to progress. He's improving on that. But because you don't see him do all of that fancy stuff, people forget how important a player like Declan Rice is in your team, bro. Like a player like that in your team is mad. Because now, I mean, for Arsenal, it's crazy, right? Because Arteta expects everyone to track back, even the striker. But let's just say there's a moment where players are tired, they don't really want to track back as intently. But this brother is sprinting all the way back, sprinting all the time, all the time. Do you remember that? It was early on. Do you remember that? That Liverpool game. I think it was Liverpool. Yeah, I think it was Liverpool, where it was Declan Rice versus like 4 or 5 man on the attack. He sprinted all the way back. Yeah, and then Trent ended up missing the shot. And bro, it just shows this guy, he's a bad boy. Look here. If Arsenal go on to win the league, he should get player of the season. Unless something drastically happens, he should win player of the season.
But you know what it is? And I know you've probably seen this because of fucking fantasy football and our prediction show and that. I think it might actually be Gabriel who gets it if you do.
It's a good shout.
Bro, I don't even know how last game Gabriel got another man of the match. I was fuming for the prediction show. I think Gyökeres goal, giving the man of the match. Gabriel's had about 5 this season, which is a madness. But I actually think when you look at it, because of his contribution on the corners, I actually think Gabriel could get. If you guys win the league, it's going to be Gabriel because he's having that type of season where we all remember Van Dijk had that season for Liverpool when they won the league, and the same Ruben Diaz when Man City came back and won it. He's just the most standout, consistent defender in the league, and he's adding on the attacking side. So,
Jords, and they called me mad for saying that Van Dijk and Gabriel are on the same level in the apartment block. It's just Van Dijk has the 3 bed and Gabriel has the 1 bed. They called me mad.
But at the moment, but see, I agree with that. But I don't know whether because other people talk about Van Dijk's like as a whole, he's because he's done it for 6-7 years at this level. Like he's only had 1 bad season in like 7 years. Let's have it right. He's been cold. Gabriel's probably had 1. No, he started off a bit shaky and he's been good for the last 3 years. I'd say his last 3 years have been solid top. So he can get there if he maintains this level for another couple of seasons and wins things. He can go down as like not one of the greatest. I feel like there's so many great Premier League centre backs, but he'll be in that conversation for Arsenal, you know, along with the other guys you have, whatever his name is, Keown and Adams and all them type of man, Campbell's and that. He can be in that conversation.
Yeah. There you go. We got there in the end.
He's underrated.
I know you wanted to avoid saying that. You wanted to avoid saying that.
That's not even a name I think of. But you know the funniest thing is, I don't actually have the pure hatred for him like Spurs fans because I think that when I grew up, he was already an Arsenal player. From when I started watching football, he was already Arsenal.
Oh, fair.
I only know about it because I was told about it, and I went to games all the time and heard Judas. So I hate him because of I'm supposed to hate him, but not because I actually hate him. I just do.
I hear
I actually got that much beef with him, but you know, might be a colour thing.
But Arsenal winning the league though.
At this moment in time, I'm finding it tough to go against it. I am still gonna hold on tight and saying that like shit. I need Liverpool or City to come back, but at this moment, 9 points clear.
If them man draw on the weekend,
anything otherwise.
If them man draw on the weekend, and we win
10 points, innit?
It's done. It's dark because it will be 10 points. No. Sorry, it will be 9 points for.
No, it's 11 because Liverpool 9. Oh no, they're 18.
No, it'll be 9 points for Liverpool and it'll be 8 points for. We're not dropping that. We're not dropping.
If it was 10, I would say yeah. See, I think until it's 10 points, there's always a way back, because let's have it right. Like, you guys draw 2 games, they win 2 games, and that's already 4 points now. And especially if that's like before December, 4-point lead till the end of the season's not that much.
You know, but the thing is, like, yeah, when you look at it binary like that, it's fine, isn't it? But like, you have to think it's not just about like if Arsenal draw games. It's about, cool, if we draw a game, what does Man City or Liverpool do that game week?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because look, Man City and Liverpool are still going to drop points. I think Arsenal are going to drop points. I think there'll be a period in the season where we'll start to get a few draws. Losses is a bit mad for me to see at the moment because I'm not too sure who scores against us. And if they do score against us, I don't know how many goals they're scoring. But I can definitely see us getting some draws. Now, I think that Man City got some losses in them. I definitely think Liverpool's got some more losses in them. And then that, even if we draw a game, if, like, say for example, yeah, say we drew against Sunderland, yeah, but then Liverpool beat Man City. Man City's kind of raw. That's bad. That's why if we beat Sunderland and whichever one of them loses, they are 100% out.
Dude,
that game on the weekend,
Granit Xhaka might have something for you though. Granit Xhaka might have something.
Yeah, and it's not likely though. But like the Liverpool and Man City, that game on the weekend, they're both fighting to be in the title race.
That's wild. That's wild.
That's a mad statement still.
A mad statement. That's a mad statement. But all right, so let me ask you this then, because I was having that conversation with LB on Midday Live just now, yeah. Who are you most afraid of in terms of how good they can get, like the upside? Because City, look, we're obviously seeing Turkey's back now, and unless I'm right, they're looking a little bit better. But then Liverpool just haven't clicked still. They could click. If Salah is at the click, you don't know how good they could be. So,
but this is what I mean. What does clicking mean? I still don't know what click means. Because
all right, so if they all start to perform to a level that is expected of them,
do you know what? At this point, I would have to say City. Like, out of Liverpool and City, like, if you gave me the option of which one would I want to lose games, defo City. Because for me, City chasing me is a lot more scarier than Liverpool chasing me. Just a lot more scary. Like, and I don't know about this City being back thing. I don't know too much about it, but Haaland, he has it in him to change games. But my thing still with City is, what happens if he doesn't change a game? No one else is changing the game. It's pretty much at this point, if Haaland don't score enough goals, then they don't win. And it's that simple. And you know what? Because this is why I'm slightly more worried about City than Liverpool, is because the next time I face City, I have to face them at their ground. The next time I face Liverpool, I face Liverpool at my ground. So come early, because it's early January that I think it's January it might even be January the 1st. It's early in January. We face Liverpool. We beat Liverpool at the Emirates, they're out of the title. We don't play Man City, and I think it's game week 32. By then, it could all be done. I could be going into that game, don't even matter. Hey, I could be going into that game and getting a guard of honor. Yeah.
So what do you say to this? Because Waffle, obviously, Abs comes in and saying, "Look, the problem is us, and that's only us. We need to focus on us." Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Look, I'm only talking about other teams because I get asked questions about them. If you ask me really and truly, for me, it's less about what other teams are doing, and it's more like we've given ourselves this lead. Yeah. So just hold on to it. Because really and truly, and I know it's a bit mad to say, but if we went the rest of the season just winning games or bettering the results that Man City or Liverpool get with the league's won. At this point, only we can lose the league. Really and truly. At this point,
yeah, no, I do agree with that. I think when you look at it, especially with the point gap that you got, it's in Arsenal's hands. If Arsenal lose the league, it's just another bottle job. It's not Liverpool were too good and they were unstoppable. Like, unless Liverpool go and win every game till now to the end of the season, even then, you'd look at it and say, like, no, they lost 6 at the start. They gave Arsenal a chance.
We won 10 games in a row.
Yeah, I see you've 11 unbeaten,
all
10
comps.
wins
I think it's
in a row.
all comps, 10 games in a row.
And to be fair, this is the first time I've seen Arsenal do that in. I think I'd say
we're five in the Prem.
Lifetime. Obviously, you've probably done that stats wise, but to do 10 wins, and it's not even about the Prem, it's about all competitions. Because let's have it right, the Champions League builds you momentum into a Premier League weekend.
Yeah.
And the fact that you guys have got, like I said prior to the season, and I'll hold my hands up this way, I've been wrong, is I said prior to the season, I don't think you guys can do the 10 to 15 game winning streak. Seems like you're the only team that can do it at the moment in time, because you guys are the most settled in your floor isn't that low and your ceiling hasn't been that high, but you had a basic of we're never going to be like, you're never going to concede 2 goals in a game right now. It just doesn't look like it. You don't even look like you're conceding 1 goal. You don't concede enough good chances, bro. It's pissing me off. The teams just aren't breaking through you. Though the last couple of weeks not really had great teams to look at, but I even looked at the Atletico Madrid game and I was like, yo, if these man with Alvarez can't break through this back line, it's going to be tough for a lot of teams to do so. So, and man, I'm starting to accept you guys might be the title winners. Like, even over the next couple of weeks, if you beat us, and obviously if City and these man drop points, let's say they draw, and you beat us, I'm like, bro, at this point, shit, I don't even know. Like, the season's done.
That's all. For me, this is like, because remember, I've already said it. I've already said we're winning the league. Yeah, I've said it. Yeah. But for me, I think everybody else will start saying it, and there will be the full belief unified across the whole Arsenal fan base is that 3-game period after the international break, which is, I can't remember which order. I can't remember if it's Chelsea or Tottenham first, but it's Chelsea, Tottenham first. So it's Tottenham, Bayern, and Chelsea. If we win those 3 games,
yeah, you got a week like that. It's tough.
If we win those 3 games, back to back, nobody is doubting Arsenal. That's nobody. Nobody is doubting Arsenal. Especially if we go into that winning, beating Slavia Prague and beating Sunderland, and then we win those 3 games, nobody is that, like, everyone would just give up. I guarantee you no one will be inviting me onto their panel shows.
You're still getting invites because Hook's just as entertaining anyway, whether you win or lose. There's still some you'll get caught out on and start arguing about. But I think, look, when I do look at it, that will be a game that sort of brings together the fan base for me. It's like winning against Tottenham at Emirates. It's one of the, because it's at home as well. That could be if it's a big win, which I don't think it will be. I actually think we might stamp on your parade, and I don't think we're going to win. I think we could get a draw. Winning away from home at this moment in time, the way we're playing might be a bit too tough, but we actually play a lot better away from home than we do at home. So that could play in our favor. But that win, and like I say, if you go and don't lose to Bayern, because Bayern's another team who I think they've won every game this season. Yeah. I think they've won
I think the Bayern games at Emirates.
Yeah. That's going to be because you guys beat them at the Emirates last game. It was 2 seasons ago in a knockouts, isn't it? 2 seasons ago, you beat them in knockouts. Because you won that one, the expectation is you beat them again, despite the team they have. Plus, you're the best team in the Premier League. So that's going to be a good test. And then obviously, like I say, Chelsea. So that week is a strong test to understand sort of where your team's at. And I guess for us, it's these games. We've got Man United this weekend. Then we got you, man. And then our game that week is PSG away. Whoa. So it's looking tough. Like straight after you man's game, it's not. It don't get any easier for us. But let's hope, man. Harry Kane's got something for us. He loves a goal against Arsenal. He's in the form of his life this year, so let's hope he can. He
loves the goal against Arsenal when he was playing for Tottenham, though.
He's only ever played
that rivalry.
Did he not score in the game 2 seasons ago? He scored in that game. Mm-hmm. He scored in the first leg. No, didn't he get like a penalty or something?
Come on, bro, penalty. Like I'm talking.
But he did score then. No, but he did score.
Nah,
No,
but
bro,
what I'm saying,
I'm doing it
no,
from my
but
memory wise though. He
no,
scored. That's why.
but the point that I'm making is when Harry Kane is
See,
playing
Dre's a real one.
for
Yes.
Tottenham, when Harry
Yes.
Kane is playing for
He bagged
Tottenham,
bare penalties for Tottenham as well
yeah,
against you, man.
yeah, but
He's a
you
lot
know
of
what I'm saying. When Harry Kane is playing for Tottenham against Arsenal, there's the derby element. Yeah.
yeah.
But Harry Kane didn't just score penalties against
But
Arsenal.
let's be real though.
But
If you guys have a European derby, it would be Bayern. Actually, in your lifetime as well. Let's have it right. Like you've seen yourselves lose to Bayern enough times, bro. I remember growing up, I used to see you man get clapped by Bayern year in, year out, bro. There was one point, it was like 3 years in a row where they knocked you out of the Champions League.
Yeah, but come on, man. It's not like that. It's Tottenham. It's nowhere near.
No, it's not the same, but it's slightly a European rivalry. It's like, you know how Liverpool have Real Madrid as their rivals. Obviously, you man have got Bayern.
I do want to punch them up, though. I can't lie.
See, because of all the pain that them man calls you, the 10-2 and
the 10-2. Just literally the 10-2, bro. I can't lie, just because of that. The 10-2 was crazy.
Hey, do you know what? How could I forget? I have to ask this question on the show. I know it's not relevant to what we're talking about right now, but I know you saw Wenger's comments last week. I know you saw what your boy said. I know you saw him
but the thing is,
mention your biggest rivals in the same sentence as him saying I should have left. He mentioned Man United in the same sentence.
But he's reflecting, but he should have left.
That's not the point, though. How do you feel about him mentioning Manchester United in that sentence? Like, you know yourself, PR, he didn't have to say it. Nobody asked him to say that. He's kind of.
I don't think he's referring to, when he said he should have left, I don't think he's referring to Manchester United, because you got to think he was offered.
No, he said Man United.
He was offered the Real Madrid job. He was offered the Manchester United. Like, he was offered bare jobs. I think the point that he's trying to make is that all these jobs that he was offered, he probably should have taken one, and he should have, because everyone can agree that, you know, he maybe stayed at Arsenal a bit longer than what he probably should have, but that's just testament to him. Like, I think it says a lot more, like the fact that when he had the opportunity to, he said no. Obviously, this is him reflecting, and you know, when you reflect on your life, you always look back at the decisions that you made, and you go, "Oh, maybe I should have made a different." Like, it's the only reason why I haven't said anything about it, because to me, it's normal. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure one day, I don't know, like 5-6 years from now, I'm gonna look back and I'm gonna be like, oh, you know what? Like, I really should have gone on that guy's channel that I just never went on. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you get me? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so
I mean, I hear it, but at the same time, like, if you're going out there and saying it unannounced, like nobody asked Wenger to reveal this information. He just wants to reveal this information. I'm looking at it and I'm like, bro,
I don't know the context. I don't know the context of that. I don't know what they were talking about at the time. I don't know what question he was asked. I just see people posting a tweet. I actually haven't even heard him say it.
I see the tweet as well. So, but usually nowadays, if it's fake quotes, community noted. I ain't seen no community note on the tweet. So that's
no, but you know what it is. It's what I've been saying. Like, people can't grab Arsenal on how they're performing at the moment. People can't grab Arsenal on their form. People can't grab Arsenal on where they are in the league. So they're just finding something to grab Arsenal.
We're finding some way to hate on you, man. We are haters. Just like you're a hater of Spurs, you're gonna find a way to hate on Spurs when we're good. When we won trophies, man, they were saying anything they can to downplay a trophy. And I hear it. Like, that's just what happens, isn't it? But yeah, we are hating on Arsenal. Facts. You guys are flawless right now in the Premier League. Flawless in the style of football, not style of, but in your results. So we have to find problems. And hey, your biggest manager coming out and saying he should have joined your biggest rivals, it's a bit mad at the time, innit? Directly your biggest rivals. You always tell me.
I mean, when you say our biggest manager as well, it's like
in our lifetimes. Obviously,
yeah, but we only had him.
Yeah, I know, but well, I don't know. The only reason I say that, unless because you could be the Arsenal fan that mentions, was it Herbert Chapman or something? His name is or some shit.
I'm not gonna do all that stuff in it. Like, George Graham was an absolute monster. But what I'm saying,
shout out to my Jenna, George Graham. You know what I mean? My Jenna.
But the point I'm trying to make is, like, it's not like Arsene Wenger was at Arsenal for like 7 years and had like our best like trophy run ever, and then someone else came in and then they won a few trophies, but Arsene Wenger won more. Like, he's our biggest because he was there the longest.
That's why he's our biggest, because he was there and obviously invincible.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know that George Graham was at one game from going invincible himself. He could have done it before Wenger. So,
but he did also join your rivals and win a trophy. So I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, so that's a bit of a there's a bit of a blight. There's a bit of a blight.
And it wasn't not long after. It was a couple of years after you left.
Yeah, it was a bit of a blight, but he won you the thing as well, innit? He won you the league cup.
He won us a trophy. Yeah.
Because the only time you man can really win trophies is when an Arsenal man turns up.
Well, we won a trophy last year without an Arsenal man.
Yeah, and again,
you need an Arsenal man to turn up this year. That's what you do. You need someone to start turning up. But look, let's look ahead to the week of this weekend's games. Away from Arsenal, because like I said, you got Sunderland. And as much as I think it's going to be a difficult game, because it is, I'm not just going to write off and think it's going to be easy. It's a game where we all expect Arsenal to win. I think with your performance, we expect you to win. So let's talk about the game that actually has the biggest impact on your weekend as a whole. I mean, it will make you sort of leaving happy or sad or sort of worried. Man City and Liverpool. Where are you at with this game? Who do you think is going to win? And obviously, I know you said you wanted the draw.
Where is it? Is that Anfield, didn't it? Is that Anfield? I said Etihad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Man City are winning that. See, I thought it was at Anfield. That's why I was thinking it might be a draw. But if it's at the Etihad, yeah, Man City win. Like, I don't, unless like it's hard though, innit? Because it's like there's so much on the line for this game, and I feel like the thing that doesn't help out Liverpool is that they have to play Real Madrid tomorrow.
Yeah.
So they can't really rotate too much preparing for that Man City game, because then Real Madrid will therefore smoke them. Like, therefore smoke them. Do you know what I'm saying? So Liverpool are in a place. I don't know who Man City have in the Champions League this week. I'm not too sure, but Liverpool are in a place where Dortmund. Okay, cool. So they can maybe do a bit of rotation, but they're in a place where they have to play two mad strong teams. One of them, they have that kind of Trent's there now. Trent will probably be on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? And Real Madrid and Liverpool is a bit. If we're talking about rivals, yeah, like they got a bit of a funny thing in Europe, and then they got Man City, who, if they lose that game, yeah, depending on what happens in the Real Madrid game, if they lose that game, they may not only just be out of the title, they might be searching for a new manager in the international break. Because I know they beat Aston Villa, but if they go back-to-back losses, Real Madrid and Man City, and their big losses, we could be looking at a new manager come the next time they kick ball in the Prem. So there's a lot on the line. I feel like Haaland, like Liverpool's defense is a leaky. Remember Dashvili in goal?
Yeah.
Haaland might have a field day, you know.
Against Konate, I expect him to run right. I can't even lie.
Yeah,
and the way Turkey come in that last game, you had Foden in the 8, just looked a little bit more technically clean. You got them combining together. And Haaland he's always missed, like when De Bruyne was there, he made his job easy. Now Turkey's back in there, it's making his job easy, man. They're just finding those balls in behind. Especially, obviously, Bournemouth played a mad high line, which I think just helped. And it's crazy. Nobody who talks about Iraola like they do Ange. Obviously, it's because it's working for them. But they're not playing against low blocks. So I think it's fine that they could do the highlight, but they play with a mad high line. They're mad risky, but it's working. So look, I think let's say how it plays out for the season before we start cooking them. But I think Haaland, if he can find that space in behind, because Liverpool play with a fairly high line, he's gonna be able to run riot, and I think it's gonna be too much. Van Dijk's can't do no aura defending against a beast like man.
You can't. You really can't.
The space they're going to get behind in the wider areas that's where I expect Haaland to take advantage, in between sort of that half space between Konate and Bradley or whoever's on that side, and then Van Dijk and Kirkers if he's on that side. If not, Robertson even darker, they're just going to run mad. But if not, I think it could be a Desmond. I think it could be like a Desmond. Isaac. I actually, since that, like a couple weeks, I didn't see the injury, so I ain't seen the timeline of when he's expected to be back.
Okay. Ekitike might cause, because do you know what it is?
They don't need Isaac. I'll be real.
They kind of both have the same problem. Like they're good going forward, but their defense is a bit shaky. They kind of both have the same problem. It's just that Man City have Donnarumma in goal, and Liverpool have Mamadashvili. Because Ekatike could let's have it right. Like, look, like the stars could align, and Wirtz could have a mad game, and like Wirtz Ekatike could have a mad link up, and Ekatike could put the dagger to City. Like it could happen, innit? But they're both of their strengths are like really potent against what their actual floor is. So yeah, it really is. It really is who's gonna bang more on the day, Haaland or Salah.
I mean,
that's kind of what it is.
But Salah hasn't banged all season. Man,
he hasn't.
Man got a pick-me-up goal on the weekend, bro. That's a pick-me-up goal, fam. Man passed it to him, tapped it in. He's like, "Oh yeah, I scored. Look."
Yeah, but there's history here, isn't it? There's history here. So
yeah, there is. Salah could turn up, but I don't know, man. I think Salah's gonna have a really bad. Like the way he started the season, he just doesn't look bothered. And let's have it right at the end of the season like this, probably want to leave. Would expect for him to not do that great, but yeah, man. Let's see. And then obviously, just quickly before we wrap up, Tottenham versus Manchester United to start off the weekend, 12:30 midday. I'm confident for this one because it's
Man United. Is it Old Trafford or your ground?
It's at home, so our home record doesn't give me confidence. But the fact that it's Man United gives me a little bit of confidence. They haven't beaten us in our last 7 games. I think we played them, so we've got a very good record.
Yeah, but we've got new managers now, innit? So I don't know how much of that really matters.
We beat them 3 times under Amorim. Obviously with Ange Ball, but we beat them comfortably a few times with whilst Amorim was there. And plus, Thomas Frank plays with a similar setup. So Amorim in a way, not the same 3-4-3, but I think
you might cancel each other out. You might cancel each other out. You both kind of play similar-ish.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We play similar-ish without having the same formations. Our system's fairly similar. I just think that Man United are too direct for us to cause us problems. Like they play a lot of long balls and stuff like that, which will help us. And I don't think they have the same intensity that, let's say, Bournemouth and Chelsea did with the press. So I don't think they're going to be able to stop us from playing out. So that's why I think we can find some advantages. But it's going to be a tight game, innit? I think we've got a game midweek to give us some confidence so we can see how we get through our next game against Copenhagen before we get into that game to see where it's going to stand. But what are you saying? So you think Man United's going to win as an early prediction?
No, you know what? I think I'll go for a draw. The more I think about it, I think I'll go for a draw. Like, I think it's one of those games where is Kudus going to be there? It's like all the people that they're talking about being, are they going to be there for you? That's very important.
True, very important.
How you approach the game, very important. How Manchester United set up, very important. But I think it could be one of those games where it could be any. This is one of those games that's going to annoy me when it comes to the prediction show because it could go any way. Could be you man winning, could be them man winning, could be a draw. So it's kind of hard to predict. But I think the safest bet would probably be a draw. Probably a 1-1, 2-2 type beat. Like, but it really does depend on like. I guess what happens in Europe for you lot will matter a lot because. Let's say, for example, let's just say you play Copenhagen and, I don't know, Xavi, for example, picks up a muscle injury or Van de Ven picks up a muscle injury and then they can't feature in the United. Like, United don't have to worry about that because they're not playing midweek.
Yeah.
They have more rest. So it's like so then now it's like, cool, this is maybe where you find out a bit about your new manager. Does he prioritize the Man United game more and filled out not scrubs, but like a second string team with maybe some youngsters against Copenhagen? Because who cares really? At this point in Champions League, who cares? You don't need to win all your games to go through to the next round. And then put out like a fully strong team against Man United and win that game there. It's where you're going to find out about your manager, innit? But I think anything can happen, really.
Yeah, it's early, innit? It's very early to try and tell. Like I said, I think it depends how the game goes tomorrow, sort of how we can look ahead to the weekend, plus some injury news. I know Waffle, you mentioned regarding some of these players. Spurs have a lot of injuries. I think 12, 13 injuries out at the moment. So we just have to hope that these players are slowly coming back. But look, it is what it is. Everyone has to deal with the injuries. And we was told that Frank is a coach. So he's got to coach some of these players that aren't that good. Spence, apparently he's picked up a knock. Someone said in the chat, but again,
Okay.
can't confirm or deny until Frank does a press conference to reveal all the info. So we're just gonna have to see all of that to end the show. Take off the durag. I definitely taking off my durag right now. Maybe in a couple of days you can see that. But look, before we head out, people, make sure you smash the likes on the video. We're on 40 likes, 127 people inside. Can we get another 10 more likes? Please, be much appreciated. Away from that, make sure you subscribe into Hooks as he goes onwards and upwards to his new goal of 11k, or really I should say 15, but you know, we work it out by 1k each. So make sure you help him get to his next goal by subscribing to Hooks. Link is in the title, so links in the description. You really don't have to go nowhere. I'm gonna send you guys over. Oh look, Thomas Frank says Jed Spence, Mohamed Kudus are just dealing with knocks. Both could be available tomorrow. So it's just slide knocks. So they're out of the training today. It's nothing big. So let's see how that goes. But I'm going to send you guys over to Troops, who's live with, I think, Monts, Lewis, and the usuals, Flawless over there doing up their review. So go drop a DRD raid in his chat. Let him know that you come over from the boys. Yeah, man, look, until tomorrow, 10 a.m., when we'll be back live with a match preview. We'll see if we get a guest on for that one. We'll see. But yeah, man, 10 a.m. tomorrow. Look out for that one. Hooks, you got anything for the people to look out for?
I'm dropping a video soon. It might be out at 4 o'clock. I just got to edit it. Sorry, I just got to export it and then do thumbnail and all of that. But I should be dropping a video. So slap the bell, man.
All right, make sure you do that, man. Tap the post notification bell on Halftime Hooks TV, man. And yeah, man.